You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a GPR production. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Twitch, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google, Podbean, Pandora, and all your other favorite podcast locations. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned. Look who's so cool because they're wearing sunglasses.
That light actually just shines right in my face. That's all right.
Do you want me to turn the lights off?
Can we do this by candlelight?
I'll give you a foot job under the table. I'm wearing my new shirt, Spicoli 24. Relax, I can fix it. My dad's got an awesome set of tools.
Yeah, I got a black V-neck. Fucking go figure. Hey, everybody, it's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm Greg, and that's John Alex over there.
It's been so long.
It has. It's been a while. We keep saying that, but we did give you content on Friday and Monday. We did our Evil Dead Daily Double, but surprise, motherfucker! Some fries, motherfucker! Supplies, motherfucker! We pre-recorded that because I was on a cruise. We'll get into that in my
You cruising the gay hotels for?
I did. I was cruising the high schools looking for...
Whoa! Slow down. Whoa. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. It's been a day. It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been so long. Yeah.
My son bought a new car.
You did? Yeah, let's get into the Hey Pal, What's New right away. So what's new with you there?
He bought a Ford Escape.
A Ford Escape?
It's funny. It's spelled just like escape.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a big Journey fan, is he?
No, his car fucking died, broke the axle and the tire rod. Tire went sideways.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it didn't come off and go bouncing down the road like you see those tires on the highway.
Oh my God, yeah. I was like, you showed me the picture. I was like, how does that happen? I
don't know. Well, he had gotten the car inspected and failed. They were like, oh yeah, your check engine light's on. It needed a new throttle position sensor, which I replaced, and then he needed a new lug on one of the wheels, so I replaced the whole lug and nut and nutted. I did that, but they were like, yeah, you need to replace the inner tire rod before it'll pass inspection. I was like, I can't do that shit. So I was like, dude, get the car fixed, and he just didn't. And then he was going around this curve down by the river in Poughkeepsie. Down by the river.
He was in a car down by the river. What are we going to do to get you guys back on track?
he called me. He's just like, the tire kind of like got all fucked up. Can you come over? I was like, yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
I drove over. I was like, no. Call a tow truck. And the guy was like, yeah, it's going to be like $3,000 to fix that because they had to replace the axle, replace the tire rod. It had ripped it out of the transmission. So like they're like, you got to fix the transmission too. He goes, this could be a shit ton of money. And I will tell you right now, the car is over 20 years old.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, it's not worth it. He goes, it'll just keep happening. Like, we'll fix this and then some other fucking catastrophic failure will happen. So he found a car, an Escape on Facebook. And I found out that the car had been stolen.
Ooh, show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
Recovered.
Okay.
And bought at auction.
Ooh.
And then we bought it from the guy who bought it at auction for a little bit more than the guy paid at auction. I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't that much for a 2015 Ford Escape with, what is it, 60,000 miles on it only? I was like, dude, my car's got more than that on it.
That's not bad.
No. So he's like so happy. He's like, he bought it himself.
That's awesome.
He had saved all of his money. He's like, he used all the money he had saved up in the bank and shit.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him being all responsible. Yeah, I just had that's what happened with Zoe's car too. She has my old car, and a couple months ago I had to get it re-registered, and the fucking check engine light cost me like $1,200 in repairs.
Dude,
And it has 158,000 miles on it, but she loves that car.
When that shit happens to my cars, it's like, oh, the check engine light is on, and you need new tires, and you need new brakes, and you need like, $3,000 worth of stuff. I was like, trade it in.
Oh yeah, I did that when I got that red car originally. I took in my Nissan Versa at the time, and that thing was like
Vice versa.
Yeah,
Barely.
It barely got into the thing, and I was like, "You got to take that piece of shit,
dude." That was like my Civic. You would, and if you went over like 80 miles an hour, it was like,
yeah. Parts of the car as I was driving were just falling off. I was like, "All right, time to get a new car." So I was like, "Yeah." And then when I started getting all these things going with the red car, I was like, "Zoe got her license." I'm like, "You take that shit. I'm fucking buying a new car."
That's right. And now you got the Smashing Pumpkin.
That's right. Old Samuel.
Yeah, he named his car he named it after the Count de Monte Cristo.
No, yeah.
That's my son. He's like such a nerd.
Oh, jeez. Nerd. That's
so
crazy.
You went on a cruise, huh?
I did. If you follow our Hey Pal What's New TikTok, you would have seen that I was on a cruise for a whole week in the lovely Bermuda. I kept saying it wasn't Bermuda. It was
so when
Bahamas.
are we doing this?
I was like, yeah, the Bahamas. I'm like, she's like, we're going to Bermuda, you idiot. I'm like,
yeah, nature's medicine, free, prescription only, 100% organic, Bermuda.
Yeah.
It says so on the jar.
No, it was great. We went on me and my lovely better half, Manal, went on a cruise. My first cruise ever. She's been on like 5 gazillion cruises. They're fun. I mean, it was my first cruise experience, and it was interesting. I mean, I really, really enjoyed it because it's just
fucking crazy people.
Oh my God, dude! It was like I was like freaking Brad Pitt compared to all these people that were on the boat. A lot of fat people. A lot of old people, a lot of really bad tattoos.
A lot of drunk people, too.
Oh, yeah. We had the Dollar General Paulie D. He was on there.
Nice.
With his lovely girlfriend that he barely spoke to, who I called Horseback the Heavies, because she had a bad horse, like a tattoo of a horse on her back, on her shoulder, and she had the heavies, man. She had the...
I didn't know what the heavies was.
The BB. It's an Andrew Schultz thing. He's like, whenever he sees someone with big, yo, she got the heavies. Yo, she got the heavies, and there was and then it was a lot of weird. It was great for people watching. I would just sit. I would go get a lounger, sit out, and you would sit there and just watch people all day.
I could watch people all day. My favorite thing to do.
Dude, you remember when we used to go down to back in the day, if you could find it? We'll do a little backy. Back in the days when I was young. God damn it, we're old. Do you remember when we used to go down to the village?
Yeah.
And they had, now it's a Starbucks, obviously, but there used to be a Pasqua coffee. No. It was right near St. Mark's Place.
I just probably don't remember that it is.
Well, there was also
coffee.
There was also that place in the corner that you get the falafels and all that shit. We would just sit there and just people watch for hours.
I used to love doing it at the mall.
Yeah.
You just stand upstairs at the freaking handrail and just look down at people.
But there were a lot of nice people there, a lot of nice shows, had some great dinners. And they don't kid around. People are like, oh, I'm so scared of COVID. They don't fuck around anymore.
No.
It's so funny because you go up to the top, and it's still ingrained in my head. They have a buffet. That's where the BBWs and the BHMs, they call the big husky men, go in.
Yeah, that's me.
Because they're like, I'm gonna eat. Yeah, you're like, I'd be a little. Dude, my titties were flying like crazy.
Nice.
Because my titties were nothing compared to these fucking slobs.
Nice.
This one guy, he had to be about $4, and he was just hair all over, and he's just sitting out. He's sunburned, and he's like, "It's the greatest thing in the world." You're like, "Oh my God, these fucking weirdos!" But I loved it. We just sat there, and people watched, and the one we called her bologna sandwich. Yeah,
Bologna damage,
bologna damage, bologna damage. Because this woman, I mean. Here's the thing. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here.
Go for it.
But
strap in, everybody.
So we get there, and one of the things was, there was one deck where it was the pool, and they had water slides and go-karts and fucking
Go-kart
laser
city.
tag and all kinds of shit. Half that stuff we didn't even do. We're like,
Wow.
we basically, I had my virgin penis coladas.
Nice.
And my tonic waters. My girl would have, we sat in the sun, got a nice tan, and we fucked a lot. That was pretty much it. Sorry, Mom. But, like,
Please, I think your mom thinks you're still a virgin, right?
There we go. But anyway, so we went up to the floor above it had it was adults only, so it was like 18 plus. No kids.
That's like that hot tub at Great Wolf Lodge. It's like only adults in that hot tub. It's like, I want to get the fuck away from the kids.
That's what it was. You go up to Spice H2O, it called. Now, you thought it would be like some kind of swingers thing.
Yeah.
And I did buy a Hawaiian shirt with all pineapples on it.
Nice.
Just to be a dick. But I was like, what are you doing?
You bought it on the cruise?
No. I bought it before.
Okay.
Like, I bought it as like, I'm going to wear this. And I never did. It was so funny. We brought so much clothes. Anyway, I digress. So we get to Spice, and as a smoker, there was really nowhere to smoke. Like, you could smoke in Spice up on the 17th floor, or like in the casino, which opened, and they had this room. It was like the chamber of death. I felt bad for all the people who worked in like, there was one section of the casino, it was a smoking section, but they had it like enclosed.
Right.
So like, I wouldn't even have to smoke. I would just open the door, walk in, and go, all right, I'm good. Because it was just covered in smoke.
That's so funny.
So when we're up at Spice, that was my cue to be like, all right, I'm going to smoke him. And I'll be like, all right, go ahead. And there was a woman there, and she was with this other woman, and they were freaking hammered. And she's very loud like this, and we're talking like that. And it's talking to her friend, and her friend, now they looked like the number 10. Because, like, she's as thin as a rail in a wheelchair with tattoos and blonde, like, then there's the Zero.
I think I know her.
Yeah. Then there's the Zero, who was a big woman. And
wait, your ex was on the cruise too?
No.
Shit, I'm sorry.
I saw her out
I
saw her out in the Atlantic doing a couple of jumps. But anyway.
I'm going to give myself this one.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay.
That's right.
I deserve that.
It's all right. Gloves are off. Statute of limitations is over. So she's like slurring, she's dropping her drinks, and she's like, and then she gets up. Her friend goes to get up, and she falls. Like, I don't know why she had a wheelchair. I guess she was so fucking thin, like the wind would have blown her over. But she gets up, falls in the wheelchair.
That's why she had the
over.
fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so drunk I can't walk. I need a wheelchair.
Yeah, I'll start with her with the 1, and then the 0 was like, hey, I'm going to go. I need a bologna sandwich. That's bologna sandwich? I need a bologna sandwich. That's all there is to it. Yeah. That's all there is to it. I need a bologna. And she's banging a fork and a knife going, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh,
this is the 0?
The 0, yeah. The 1 wasn't that bad. The 1 was the one that was, she was fucking dealing drugs.
No.
On the cruise. Now,
Wait, did they search you when you get on? Like, can you bring weed on the cruise ship?
No, you're not. I mean, you're going international waters, man. They'll put you under the fucking jail.
Yeah, but international waters, there's no...
I don't know. But there was a couple of times I smelled it. I was like, oh, But, so, to make a long story even longer, so we're like, let's go in the hot tub, because like I said, all adults only. So now I are in the hot tub. It feels great. I'm like, oh, it's nice. And who comes in the hot tub but 0? She's like, and then she had like this moment of clarity where she looks at us and she goes, I'm sorry, I never drink this much. I last time I got drunk was a year ago at my so-and-so's wedding, and like everybody wants to tell you their fucking life story, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you. Shit. I don't care. Like, leave me alone. So a lot of people were nice. So she almost came to her senses, and she felt bad. And I was like, I said, it's okay. People, look, I'm a freaking friend of Bill W's. Like, you don't have to do this. Like, I'm drinking a virgin penis colada. Who cares? So she's like, yeah, just. So she kind of sobered up and got out of the hot tub, and I look at us and I'm like, oh, phew, thank God. Day 3, I go out there. It's 9 a.m. She's fucking hammered again. I was just like, oh my God. Well, now you're a piece of shit because one time, Fool me once, shame on me.
Fool me twice, shame on... No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, can't get fooled again. Thanks, George W.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was that. And, back to the work and, trying to find a job. And, nails are still black. Enough about our freaking craziness of our lives. How about we'll get back to the entertainment. You got some news there, brother?
John, you got any news?
What?
Me run Bada Town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, first bit of sad news. Tina Turner.
Where's Tina? I always loved that when she did that song with Mick Jagger and the Stones are out there and he just looks over and goes, "Where's Tina?" And she just comes out like
well, at least she outlived Ike.
Oh, yeah.
not much of an accomplishment, but
yeah, seriously. No, I mean I didn't even know she was, I didn't know she was.
She wasn't well.
She was sick. I didn't know, but I mean, she was what,
83?
83. It's a good bucket of win right there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you made it. You made it. But yeah, I mean, such a legend between you forget.
And Kat was saying, she's like, that's so weird because I was just binge listening to all music from her this week for some reason.
Really?
I was like, really? She goes, yeah. I was just like, I put one song on, then I was like, I'm going to put some other stuff on. And I just started listening to Tina Turner. I was like, whoa.
Isn't it funny how that works? That happened with me. My mom was asking me about this song that she heard. She went to this oldie show.
Yeah.
And she's like, what song is that? I had to find it. It was the Fifth Dimension. The Fifth Dimension.
Right. And
then all of a sudden I'm starting to listen to Fifth Dimension. I'm like, damn, these brothers got some hits.
Well, in other sad news, too, I posted this on our Facebook. Ray Stevenson passed away. If you don't know who he is, he was in. I know him mostly from the Punisher movie, the one that nobody watched, but was fucking amazing.
Was it the Punisher Warzone one? Or
I
something
think
like
so.
That? Yeah,
it was a really good movie.
It was. It was like Dread.
Yes.
Not the Sylvester Stallone one. It was the other one.
Yes.
Carl Urban did.
The Carl Urban that you never see Carl Urban's face.
Yeah, but it was phenomenal, and people never talk about it. Yeah. And he's going to be
he's going to be in Ahsoka, which is going to make that weird to watch. I said that on the Facebook post. I was like, going to make it weird to watch. No one oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Well, time heals all wounds. By that time, it'll be August.
Yeah.
And we're so just fucking short attention span. We're like, oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
But it is sad. He was young, too. He was 58.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah. And they don't know what the cause of the death was.
Not yet.
Yeah. I mean, it could be just heart stuff. I mean, it's, that's the thing, man. When we get to the music news, we'll talk about a song that's on the music news. We can, same thing.
Well, it's related adjacent. News that Mark Hamill, I don't know why we need his approval of this, but I mean...
We need Mark Hamill's approval on everything.
Mark Hamill supports them recasting Luke Skywalker so that a younger actor can take up the mantle, so they can do stories in the in-between.
Yeah.
I would honestly, we've talked about this, I would honestly rather have, recast it and give me a real fucking person in there. Don't give me this weird-looking CGI Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Well, you also think about that Solo movie where... it's a good movie. It's not horrible, but I just couldn't see him as Han Solo.
No,
he was too different.
What's crazy is there was a couple of people pushing this one guy who is a voice actor and an actor who looks like a fucking young Harrison Ford and sounds like him.
Dan Castro.
I was like, why the fuck didn't you get that guy?
Yeah, he's a voice actor, and he's a voice. He did. I think his name is Dan Castro. I don't know. We'll look it up or something like that. He did a short. He did a Han Solo.
Right, that's what I saw.
Phenomenal. He nailed it. And it wasn't a Harrison Ford impersonation, but it was just enough of the mannerisms where you can get where the Solo movie, I didn't get any of his mannerisms.
Nope.
I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? I've heard that. He did a thing where
He did a thing.
It was a short. Maybe we'll find it. We'll put it on the Facebook page. He did kind of a short sizzle reel of him playing Robin Williams.
Oh,
to looks and sounds to a fucking tea.
I just
He
don't
did
know.
a whole thing of him on Mork and Mindy, like trying to like get ready and stuff like that. And the whole scene is about him getting the news that John Belushi died.
I'm
And
gonna have to look that up.
Oh, it's so good.
How about this? You look it up later and link it on the Facebook page.
I will. But yeah, I'm all down with him doing Han Solo. I'm down with Millie Bobby Brown doing Leia because she looks exactly like Leia.
And apparently they're bringing back the girl who put from Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to make an appearance apparently in Andor.
Oh, okay.
That's the rumor. And Tamora Morrison is going to be returned to the Star Wars universe in Ahsoka, playing a live-action version of Captain Rex.
Nice.
I was like so stoked about that. I was like, "Fucking, we're gonna get a live-action Rex."
Oh, dude, that Ahsoka show is just gonna be pulling out all the stops. But I'm down with Millie Bobby Brown as this is my dream casting is Millie Bobby Brown as Leia, Dan Castro as Han, Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker. There's a picture.
But I think he's a little too old at this point.
He's a little older, but if you look at his face,
Yeah.
somebody did put up like a mock thing of him, like if he would have played that Luke part in Mandalorian.
Right.
He looks just like fucking a young Luke. I don't know why. Maybe it was touched up, but yeah, I'm all down for that, you know. But yeah, that's sad about Mr. Stevenson.
Well, apparently we're not getting much of anything anytime soon because with the Writers Guild on strike, everything is shut down. And I just had a vote for the Screen Actors Guild to approve going on strike.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of the same shit. I'm not going to say how I voted because you don't talk about how you voted.
That's right.
But who knows what's going to happen with that? A lot of it centers around AI.
Yeah,
because they're afraid AI. They're going to start using AI and things like Chat GPT and whatnot. I mean, I know Chat GPT is just one of the AI things that's out there.
Yeah, but that's just the beginning.
Yeah, they're afraid they're going to start using that to write scripts and also use the AI to do like actors and background things in the movies, which, right, I look at that and like, that's all I do in TV and movies is background. It's like, oh, if I can be replaced by a fucking digitized character, there goes my retirement plan.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know.
It's because of that James Cameron, he's waiting to see what the progress of AI is because he's working on a new Terminator movie. That centers around artificial intelligence, but he's waiting to see like the fallout of like where AI goes, so he has a better idea where he wants the movie to go.
Yeah, I mean, I will give James Cameron all sorts of. I mean, the guy's got the top. He's got 3 of the top 4 biggest grossing movies of all time. So,
and he was married to what's her name?
Gina Davis?
No, the one who was in Terminator.
Linda Hamilton?
Linda Hamilton. He was married to her.
Wow. Fucking wow. He was slinging it.
You know what just as a side, I'm sure most people out there know this. I didn't know that Linda Hamilton has a twin sister. And you know the scenes from the Terminator movie where like the Terminator turns into Linda Hamilton?
Yeah.
That's her sister playing the Terminator, and that was in those parts.
Oh my God. I've lost after Genesis or
Genesis?
Salvation. Like they're all garbage.
Dude, that one I knew right off the fucking bat when I saw Matt Smith as like one of the soldiers in the background. I was like, well, there's the fucking Terminator. I'm done.
Fucking Matt Smith.
And lastly, the only other thing I had for news-wise, other than HBO Max being Max and it's a total fucking shit show, is strap in because you better get watching, buddy. According to Lionsgate, there's a John Wick 5 in the works.
Man, it's going to get harder and harder to catch up.
The only thing is,
I still got 9 Fast and Furious movies to watch.
I got number 10. It will organically follow the TV series that they have coming out, The Continental, which is all about the hotel, and the spin-off movie that's coming out called Ballerina.
Yes, I heard
so
about that.
They're going to see, they want to see where those 2 shows go and then organically kind of follow those storylines with the new John Wick. He said, he's like, it's a tough movie to do. You always got to top yourself. And he's like, you can't just do one and then another and then another. He's like, that's why we always take like 2 years in between. And I never even thought about it. It's been 2 years between each John Wick.
Really?
At least.
Huh.
That's according to the article I read.
I don't know.
So he said he waits 2 years. So
Yeah, I always keep saying, I'm like, eventually I'll get into the John Wick movies.
Just watch the first one. That's good enough.
Yeah, 2 and 3, you're just kind of like, whatever.
I mean, they're all. I mean, it's like the Fast and Furious. It's like once you've seen one, who gives a shit? It's all the same. Like Mila and
it's all about family.
I was talking to Mila because Manny, when we were looking at the car, and I was like, yeah, I want to see Fast X, but I mean the new Fast and the Furious Fast X, but I hear it's like shit. He goes, yeah, it is. I was like, but that's what you expect from those. When we get to TV shows, that's one of the things I want to talk about. One of the shows I watch, it's like, but that's what you expect when you're watching this. Is you expect it's just a mindless piece of shit.
Yeah,
and you're just watching it for the fun, fast car chases and explosions. It's like a Michael Bay movie.
Oh yeah,
you don't watch that for the story.
I mean, Fast 9. From what I understand, they went in the fucking space.
They pulled a fucking Jason and Freddy.
They did like a fucking Sharknado at this point, But hey, man, that's the thing. Certain movies like that, you're just like, you want to turn off your brain for a while, eat Cheetos, and
Jerk
watch
off.
cars. That's good too because you get that Cheeto powder.
Oh,
if your junk is orange, then
Anyway. I'm going to preempt this with
John, you got any news?
I haven't watched really any trailers other than I saw a fucking trailer. Not that we're going to touch on trailers, but I thought about it because on my list of things is empty as trailers.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that whole segment.
A trailer for fucking some movie called Sheroes.
Well, the Barbie trailer came out. I know that.
But you know what's throwing me off about this Sheroes? It's about these girls who go on fucking vacation and inadvertently their luggage gets swapped out with a bag full of fucking drugs, and the drug lord kidnaps one of their friends, and then they have to get all badass and go after him in bikinis. But you know who one of the girls is? The fucking girl from Orphan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, man.
Isn't my crush Kate McKinnon in that one, too?
Probably.
I don't know.
That's your crush?
She is one of them. She's so fucking weird.
Yeah, Isabella Furman from Orphan, Sasha Luss, Anna, Wallace Day, the girl from Batwoman, and Sky Jackson.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of another movie, yeah.
But there's a lot of trailers, but I really haven't watched a lot of them because I don't give a shit at this point.
You know what's funny? The one I did see was the Barbie one, which I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. It's been done 100 times,
yeah.
But one of the things I wanted to bring up in the news section, which I didn't, is the whole subject of spoiling freaking cameos. Did you hear about that?
Oh my god!
Freaking Andy Muschietti for the Flash just drops a cameo that's going to happen in the movie.
Who?
Do you want to know?
I don't care.
Freaking Nicolas Cage Superman.
Nice!
Is in that movie. I had to look because I'm the worst with spoilers. If you tell me don't look behind that door,
I'm not going to look. Don't push the red button. I'm pushing the fucking button.
I'm pushing the red button every fucking time.
I didn't watch this show, but here's a show for you. Survival of the Thickest. Anyway.
Does it come with lube?
It does.
Just like that picture in freaking Little Mermaid there. Like,
It's Cheeto lube.
Cheeto lube.
So,
I mean, they put Cheetos in everything at this point.
I'm still going to see it. They got my money for the Flash.
Yeah, and what people were saying about it is that he dropped this cameo, and first of all, half the people aren't going to understand it unless you're into that whole nerd documentary that they did on it. Second of all, and from what I understand, it's not. It doesn't move the plot. It doesn't change anything.
It's just a drop-in cameo.
It's just like, hey, everybody, it's freaking, Nicolas Cage is freaking Superman. You know that one he was gonna do, and people are like, okay, But
most people are gonna be like, why is Nicolas Cage Superman?
Yeah, I mean, it drives me nuts.
You think it's gonna detract from watching the movie?
I don't think so. But I was listening to some of my programs about all these freaking cameos and stuff just getting dropped and getting put into marketing. Like when Black Adam came out, which was, we'll talk about, that was when I finally was late to the party with and saw.
Excuse me.
And what was I going with? Oh, when they basically, The Rock was like, oh yeah, Henry Cavill's in this movie. They spoiled the postcard. He's like, it was like every interview that he went to.
But then he wasn't.
Like, he's like, talk to me.
But then he wasn't.
He was at the end, like that post credit thing where like
I guess
Black Adam, And then in the Shazam movie, like, they pretty much put Wonder Woman in the freaking marketing. And the thing with Fast X, too. The people that are popping up in that one.
I don't know who's popping up in that yet.
I mean, I know that one, too. Because I'm fucking, well, freaking The Rock is in it.
Oh. Well, The Rock's been in it.
And,
He's been in all of them. He's been in a bunch of them.
No, him and Vin Diesel.
They do not like it. Well, any scenes they have together, they don't film together because fucking The Rock hates them.
Yeah. But apparently there was a cameo in that. And, like, Deadline dropped it, like, before the movie came out. Like, hey, guys, guess who's that? You're like, what the fuck, man? Like, you want to be, at this point, I don't mind spoilers. Or if you tell me about stuff, I'm like, I want to experience it when I see it anyway. Like, who didn't know fucking Spider-Man No Way Home that those other two were coming in? It was fucking, people beat it to death. But I still love the movie.
Hell yeah.
So.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, so that was it as far as now, do you want to get into movies or TV?
So the TV I watched some real pieces of shit.
You always do.
I watched The Family Stallone.
The Family Stallone.
It's a fucking Sylvester Stallone reality show that I watched one episode and gave up.
I got 3 daughters and they're supposedly really hot, so like you could.
Well, they're really hot until I see the one daughter's got the Sly Stallone lip thing going on, and I'm like, oh fuck it.
It's the Mike Stolper rule. I don't care how hot you are. You have a fucking weird toe or your freaking breath stinks like ass.
That's all I'm going to focus on.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I watched one, and you know what? Here's my big problem with it. I know that it's like a reality show, but it seems like everything they're doing is staged. Which it probably is. Mm-hmm. You know, like, so he comes off a film in Tulsa King, goes home, says hi to his family, immediately goes out to a pizza joint with Dolph Lundgren and Al Pacino.
I'm going to have some pizza.
I don't know. I can't even do an Al Pacino.
Do I get the pepperoni? Hoo-ah.
It was just so fucking awkwardly done. And I'm like,
you shouldn't eat that much cheese there, Sly. Ooh-ah.
And Sylvester Stallone's not a good enough. He's not a good enough actor to pull it off.
Yeah. I did enjoy the Tulsa King.
So, the 2 other shows I'll talk about. I watched a show called Class of 09, which is a FBI kind of show.
Okay.
But what's cool about it is it takes place in 2009, of course, and then the present day, and in the future. So they're telling this whole big story that they keep jumping back and forth to the future, the past, the present, which I do like that because it's like you get to see what's coming and how everything in the past has led up to that.
So eventually it'll all kind of catch up.
Right. And it is catching up. They're showing you like things in the past. They'll show you something in the future that happens, but then show you things in the past that are leading to that thing, and you know what's going to happen. I just like that it's creative writing. It's not, I mean, they're not breaking any, doing anything new, but at the same time, it's engaging, and they're doing a good job at not like fucking things up where you're like, well, now I know everything that happens.
Yeah. Wow, they don't even waste any time anymore. Like, they do prequels, OG trilogy, then fucking sequel trilogy all in one show.
It's very Minority Report. To a degree.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays everything is like multiverse or fucking time travel or, it's like one of the
travel, but...
Well, it's very similar to one of the shows we're going to talk about that we currently blow every week, Yellowjackets,
which I haven't watched the finale.
Yeah,
you better not ruin that for me. I will fucking kick you in the nuts under the table.
Batman gets shot at the end.
Really quick, last show I watched, FUBAR. The Sylvester Stallone CIA show.
No, it's Arnold.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger CIA show. I mean, again, the thing is, you know what you're fucking getting. You're getting an Arnold Schwarzenegger CIA Netflix fucking show. It's not going to be, Academy, Emmy Award winning fucking shit. It's mindless, dumb, continuity errors all over the fucking place. But I will say, I had to, there's
got to be some good one-liners in there.
There is. Ready? I'm going to play. Let's see if I can get it.
You need to chill out.
Let me get my phone connected to the board so I can play this one clip that I had to send to everybody in my family because I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Remember when I told you I'd kill you last? I lied.
Okay. So I forget what this actor's name is, but you may know her voice when you hear it. Let me make sure this is up. There we go.
I already feel like I can't breathe.
You okay? Cool breeze.
I don't like feeling confined. I read about this German guy that lived in this tiny house and he died on his own farts. Oh, God, Ruth is feeling a little hot underneath the collar.
Who's Ruth?
She's Ruth. Rue is short for Ruth.
Well, I thought it was a nickname because you drive a Subaru.
I drive a Subaru because I'm gay.
I thought it was hilarious.
Way to blow apart that stereotype.
It's like when we see a U-Haul, it's like, oh, lesbians.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never got it, and I had to ask. I was like, what do you mean lesbians when we see, like, oh, because lesbians, when they get in a relationship, they jump right fucking in and just move in with each other.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
I was like, yeah, like, they're constantly like, oh, we broke up. U-Haul, I'm moving in with a new girl. So I just thought that was funny, though. I drive a Subaru because I'm gay.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's the lesbian car.
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Hotel Subaru that we used to have. I had a Subaru, you had a Subaru.
I love
Maybe we were lesbians.
I still am.
I think so.
So those are the only. I liked FUBAR. It was good. It was fun. You got to watch it with a grain of salt. Like it's not a blockbuster Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie. It's a fucking kind of slow, not slow going, but predictable. And the critics are tearing it apart. And I'm like, that's because they're expecting some freaking, true romance. I mean, True Lies / fucking Predator / whatever the fuck else Arnold's done.
I just go in for the one-liners.
The best is he does make some little one-liners where he's like, we got to go. I hear the chopper. He does a bunch of those little like throwbacks to like his movie lines.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna, it's not like he's a kindergarten teacher, a kindergarten police officer.
Oh, so he's just like really hamming it up.
Oh yeah,
it's not new ones. I love all the ones like Commando. Like, remember what I told you? I'd kill you last. Yes,
well, yeah.
I died.
One of the things is one of the guys like that is part of the story. You don't get to see this. He goes, I held him over the cliff with one hand and I dropped it. Like, well, come on. What is this? Commando? Remember when I said I'd kill you last?
I lied.
What happened? I had to let him go.
Yeah, Commando. That's got like some of the
so the best ones though.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah. I feel good, John.
What shows did you watch? Because if we're gonna talk Yellowjackets, you're gonna have to kind of lead that one off.
Well, really, the only ones that I watched because I was away on the cruiseroo is I caught up on Yellowjackets. I won't spoil the finale. It's really good. I mean, don't freaking think it's really good. Yeah. I mean, the episode. Did you see the episode before?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With old freaking what's his face Italian Ice. Yeah, shit goes down.
When he falls.
Luca Italian Ice.
I was like, oh shit, he finally came back and now he falls in the ice.
I know, dude.
And then we're like, no, leave him, let him go. And she's like, it's either him or me.
Yeah, she's like, fuck it, So
are they gonna barbecue him?
They continue on that, but they don't do it the same way as what's her face.
Okay.
The way they do it is pretty wild.
All right.
You're gonna be like, oh, and there's definitely some surprises in it.
Oh, good. I can't wait to watch it tonight.
Yeah, watch it tonight. It's freaking good. The only other one I watch, as I've been still Fear the Walking Dead. I'm still hate watching it.
It's like when you fuck your ex.
Oh my! It's just so fucking bad. I will admit, the second episode, they did some stuff in it that I was like, oh shit! Like they did some fucked up shit in it. But this new episode, I watched it today, and I'm just like, who is watching this garbage? It's so fucking bad. And like there's still some OG characters from the beginning from when I really, really liked it.
Right.
But like this guy, what's his name? He's a Hispanic guy. I forget. Daniel. Daniel, this guy in the span of 8 seasons,
what did he do?
He had died more times than Loki.
Oh, shit.
Like you think he dies. Everybody in the show, unless they literally get a bullet to their head or they freaking zombie out, they're coming back. Oh. You're just like, Daniel has been left for dead like 5 times in this show, and here he goes. He shows up again. He's
a survivor.
He's a new crew. I love him. He had a cat at one point called Skidmark. Hey, Skidmark. He just found it in the fucking, this thing was following him around. But yeah, it's just so bad. I'm just like, why do I watch this? But
because you hate
I
yourself.
can't help myself. And then there's a lot of those other shows like Bupkis and freaking even Electric Mayhem. I have not finished.
Bupkis. I didn't finish Bupkis.
Yeah, you're not missing much. Eventually I'll go back to those. I'm trying to think of anything else that I really watched. That was pretty much it on the TV stuff. I did do a lot of late to the party movies when I was on the
I only
cruise.
watched one movie that's worth that I can even, I look at it like, if I remember watching it, I'll talk about it. If I don't remember it, I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
I watched a stupid movie, To Catch a Killer, with Shailene Woodley. You may remember her from the Divergent movies.
Oh, Divergent.
Yeah.
I saw the first Divergent.
She's basically a police officer who's recruited by the FBI because there's this, like, disturbed killer going around Baltimore.
Okay, as you do.
And she's a little disturbed herself. Like, she tried to get in the FBI but failed because of her psych test. And it's like...
Omar's coming.
Dude, it's mediocre at best.
Yeah, there's not...
I'd maybe give it 2 pals just because... Whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely some ones we have to check out this weekend.
Turds.
I do want to see The Machine. I do... What's another one that's coming out this
About
weekend?
My Father?
About My Father.
There's a bunch.
There was a few... I mean,
I'll pull up the fucking Regal app and tell you.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, as far as movies go, and that's another thing, too, is that...
Little Mermaid, we got to go see that.
Oh.
No.
Poor unfortunate soul. I don't think I've seen a single fucking Disney
feelings.
live-action remake.
Kandahar.
Oh,
because we need another fucking Gerard Butler action movie.
Gerard Butler.
Kate watched that fucking... What's the one that he just did?
Olympus has fallen. DC has fallen.
Oh,
My Career is falling.
Like, it was literally called The Plane.
It was just called Plane, yeah.
Yeah, she watched that. She's like, it was all right. It was good. I was like, it's what you're expecting.
It's no flight.
You're expecting, like, some fucking stupid, same exact plot action film.
Yeah. Like we were talking about the other movies. You just kind of turn your brain off and stuff. Yeah, I mean, with movies, it was funny because when we were on the cruise, you have maybe like 10 channels, and 9 of them are like stuff to do on the ship. I will say on these cruises,
and one of them is porn.
not even like you could rent stuff and whatever, but like they had this one channel that was showing like pretty recent movies. But it wasn't on demand. You can't fast forward or whatever, so you just kind of catch it.
Oh, it's
so
constantly just playing over and over.
Yeah. Like there were so many movies that Manal and I watched because we would get, we're not like the party. I'm fucking 52 years old and an alcoholic. Like I'm not up at the glow party at 10 o'clock. So we're like we'd have a nice dinner. We'd go up to the, she would have a cocktail, I'd have a pina colada.
Oh.
Then we'd be like, go back to the, back to the room and,
bone a little.
Play with each other's private parts and all kinds of good stuff. But no, we would turn on the TV because another beautiful thing is that this motherfucking shit turned off.
Good.
I
drove Mila to work today and I was like, oh, I forgot my phone. She's like, do you want to go back? And I was like, I lived like more than half my life without a fucking phone. I was like, I sometimes actually enjoy leaving the house without it because I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, they give you like 150, 160 minutes of free Wi-Fi when you're at sea.
Right.
When you pull into deck, when you pull
wait for the whole cruise,
Bermuda,
it's 160 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, but it's but
Sorry.
once you get on, once you get to Bermuda, it's just like it goes back on. But when you're at sea, we were at sea. Out of 7 days, we were on, like, for 4. We were just, like, I opened up the window, opened up to the deck, and it's just Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
Nothing. So it was nice. It was nice to just turn it off. So you're kind of left to the, at night, you're just like, I would turn on the free Wi-Fi for, like, 5 minutes, kind of, like, check my emails, make sure there's no text. And I'm like, okay, cool, turn it back off. So we watched a lot of movies, the movies that were on there, and it was a lot of late to the party stuff. Like I'll speed round it. I saw Black Adam finally.
That's what I thought.
It was all right. I liked Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
Yes.
The other ones, it was just kind of. I mean, it was a bit like I'm rocked out. Anyway, I watched that just to be like, all right, well, I saw it. I saw Where the Crawdads Sing. Well, she's just girl in the bayou, and talking about fucking Fear the Walking Dead. One of my favorite characters, who obviously got killed off in like a couple seasons. He's a character actor, you would know him, but his character's name in Fear the Walking Dead was John Dory.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, the father's John Dory.
John Dory. Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, he used to be in. You would know them.
No, it's just that phrase, John Dory.
He was in Deadwood, I believe. Yeah, and he was in Where the Crawdads Sing. It's it's
it's a fish.
yeah,
John Dory.
John Dory. Yeah, but it was good. It was better than I thought. Another one I saw was, I believe it was called Till. It was a period piece about this African American mother, single mother, sends her kid to see her cousins, and then he gets killed down south, and then there's this whole ACLU thing. There's a lot of movies that were good. I watched Don't Worry, Darling, a little bit. That was a wild movie. So there was a lot of movies that like I caught up on that were just like,
I haven't seen it.
It's got the Harry Styles in it.
Oh.
My daughter was like, have you seen
is that the like one with
It's kind of like a step.
Is it with Florence Pugh?
Florence Pugh. She's married to
She gets banged on the table.
Yeah.
They made a whole big deal about all the sex in that movie and shit.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? I mean, spoiler. It turns out it's more of a Stepford Wives thing. Like, all the men in the town built this town as like a virtual, it's all fucking, the women in there don't know that their husbands are basically controlling them in this thing, and it was good. And it was so funny because Zoe's like, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be married to Harry Styles. Like, they have this ideal life. It's kind of that whole. It reminds me of the whole Matrix question, right? The red pill or the blue pill.
Right.
Do you want to live in the Matrix where it's kind of like the way it is now and it's no big deal and you don't know that it's a computer simulated thing? Or do you want to see the real world where there's fucking tentacle people chasing you? I'd probably want to be in the fucking Matrix, right? Same thing with this Don't Worry, Darling. It's like, well, you could have a perfect life with your perfect husband who's Harry Styles and you got this, beautiful family and you live in this idyllic, like, 50s town in the middle of nowhere. Or you can find out that they're all fucking weirdo alien shits and you got to escape.
Were they aliens?
I don't think they were aliens.
Okay.
But
illegal aliens.
It was something where they built this town to basically, I don't know. That's the thing.
I'm not farting. I'm just switching.
You caught it in kind of like mid things. So, yeah. I mean, we caught up on a lot of that stuff.
Thanks for sparing me that one.
Yeah, I think I saved you on about 3 or 4 movies.
Good.
They were good. They were good for the fact that, like, it was better than watching, this week on The Joy, come down at 4:30 for Deal or No Deal. I did get to play bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah, $25 for
I'm
bingo.
dying to go for bingo.
Yeah, it was great. We got to go.
I got to find a place.
Yeah.
There's a casino. The casino up in fucking, Syracuse area is fucking just shit crazy. Anyway.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So we're kind of going off on a rant here, but we might want to go to our next segment.
Which is?
Yeah.
I know who's got new music.
Don't say it.
I bought it on Bandcamp.
You did?
I always do.
I know you do. You're sweet.
And I always give more than the minimum.
I know. But hey, kids, if you go on to your Discover today, yours truly put out new music.
No way.
That's right.
You know what's great about you putting out new music?
What's that?
It's the kind of shit we can play on the show and not get fucking kicked off of YouTube.
That's right. Monetize that shit.
Right.
No, I mean, because of my current situation, employment-wise, I have, the Critically Ashamed album, the next one that we're working on, it's written, it's demoed. We just have to go in and record it, right?
Right.
To get a bunch of people to do that, it kind of takes a while,
This is really loud.
Yeah, that's it. So,
I enjoy it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I was saying that I have, the Critically Ashamed album we're working on, the songs are banger. There's like a 12 that we're going to scale it down to about 10. But my hard drive is like, I had dozens and dozens of songs that either didn't fit the whole critically acclaimed like thing. Certain albums that I did in the past that like I had too many songs. I'm like, I'll cut these guys. I'll work on it later. So I had these like tons of songs that I really liked. They just didn't fit anything. So I'm like,
from the vault.
That's right. I finished them up and I was like, here's an album.
Aptly named Bits and Pieces.
Bits and Pieces. Yeah. So it's a lot of different stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm very happy with it. I released the single More Behind Than Ahead.
Right.
Which is basically like I've been talking about it a lot with stuff where it's like do the things that you want to do now because right now at your age, at least our ages, it's like
who knows?
You have more time behind you than you do ahead of you. So, get cracking on that shit. So it was good.
I don't have much left, people.
Yeah, I worked on a lot of stuff. Some of it's different. It's not. It's just like little bits and pieces. That's why it's called Bits and Pieces. Little snackaroo to tide you over until that critically shamed album. Once we finally get our asses in the studio. So, yeah, and so far the response has been really good. So, definitely check that out. Some of the other stuff you had a lot of music stuff too. The ones that I really were listening to on the old Discover was Foo Fighters has a new song.
Yes.
Show Me How.
Whoa, what the hell's going on? Stop it. Why is it playing that?
It's Demi Lovato was on my thing.
Oh, it was you. I'm like, what? Why is my thing playing?
Yeah. Now, this song that they did, Show Me How, it's the best single that he's released so far out of these new songs. And I really like the other two.
Yeah.
Did you watch, I know we put it on the Facebook page, the live streaming concert?
No.
That they did? If you get a chance, even if you're like a casual Foo Fighters fan, they did it basically. It's like a live stream.
Right.
It's a concert, basically to announce their new drummer.
Okay. Who's a studio musician who's played with fucking everybody.
Yeah, Josh Freese.
I didn't know his name.
He played with Nine Inch Nails. He played with the Vandals. He played with with Devo. He's played with so many bands. Perfect Circle. He was in Guns N' Roses for a hot minute. And it was funny if you watched the beginning of it because the beginning of it, it's the Foo Fighter, and basically everyone was watching this concert just to see who's going to be the official guy. Right now, I thought it was going to be Josh Freese just because he seemed to fit the best. But in the beginning of the video before they start playing, they're all talking about stuff, and then the door knocks. It's like. And they open it up, and it's Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, Chad Smith's going to be the drummer. And he's like, hey, guys. And he's got drumsticks out there. And he goes, yeah, I got you that Baja Fresh. It's in the background. And they're like, thanks, man. Thanks for showing him. He's like, okay,
That's funny.
And he goes out, and then they start talking again. And then you hear a knock, and then it's Tommy Lee from freaking Motley Crue. And he's like,
God.
Everyone's like, Tommy Lee? No, they can't have picked Tommy Lee. And he's just like, hey, guys, what's going on? And he's got a Vandal shirt on. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, he didn't. He goes, hey, man, just to let you know, I got the Starbucks for everybody. So when you guys are done, go in there. And like, okay, thanks, Tommy. And there was one other person that came out. But then all of a sudden you just hear Josh Freese on the kick going, hey, guys, are we going to do some songs? And like, oh, okay. And then you were like, oh, it's Josh Freese. And that band, they ripped through in like an hour set. It's very intimate. It's kind of like nice space.
Right.
Fucking Josh Freese is a fucking beast. He's the perfect fit for Taylor. I mean, everybody loves Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah.
No, nobody's gonna forget him. But he fills those.
Band's got to move on though.
Yeah, I mean, and they did confirm that Dave Grohl did play drums on this new Foo Fighters record.
Oh, good.
So, I'm real excited for it. And if you get a chance to watch it, just they play a lot of the new songs. It's on YouTube, and it's on.
Is it free?
Yes, and the whole concert's on there, and we put it on our Hey Pal, What's New Facebook page, so you can watch it.
I don't look. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I ask because if people don't know where to watch it, we got to tell them where to watch it. Because I'm that guy when I'm listening to something like, you got to check this out. I'm like, where the fuck do I find it? Don't make me go Googling this shit. Just tell me where I could find it.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the big real rock news that went on as far as like who's gonna be the Foo Fighters drummer because they booked all these tours and you're like, okay.
I know who it's not.
Yes. Other than that, really on my Spotify, There was the Dead Milkmen put out another song.
Yeah, Philadelphia Fandom. It's much closer to what I expect from the Dead Milkmen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still not quite there.
Still not Eat Your Paisley. Still
No,
not Big
nothing ever
Lizard.
will be.
Yeah. They're older.
Metaphysical Graffiti.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was
Stuart, you know what? I like
you.
You're not like the other guys here at the trailer park.
Do you know what the queers are doing to the soil? They're building landing pads for gay aliens.
He was decapitated.
I played that song for my daughter. She's like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah.
Because they get to the point where we're like, that's what the queers are doing to the soil. They're building landing pads for gay aliens. Take a large city with a large underground homosexual population. Des Moines, Iowa. Perfect example. I was like, what the
They
fuck?
were so great, too. We saw them live way
Oh,
back
yeah.
then. Yeah, that Beasley Bubba tour.
Oh, my God. And I was so drunk I didn't realize I was having a full-blown conversation with Dave Blood.
With who?
Dave Blood, the bass player.
Oh,
I didn't even realize.
yeah, we were pretty
was
lit
pretty
up
fucked.
that night because it
Well,
was it was really cold, and of course Walter had one of his flasks.
Right. And it was fucking Dead Milkmen, Dirty Dozen Brass Band, and 2 Live Crew.
Yeah, we were just like,
What the fuck?
all right. Yeah, that was an amazing. And the punk rock girl actually came out to dance. The punk rock
Yep.
girl. It was, and that was. Didn't you?
I'm sure I did. Whatever you're going to say, I'm sure I did it.
I think you definitely elbowed some girl in the face because she kept pushing on you.
Oh,
And
I
that was
fucking
the
hate
one
that
where.
shit.
Oh yeah, and there was one where everybody's just kind of hanging out, and it was really like not really. It was one of the first city shows I went to.
It was like at the Palladium, right?
We saw them. I saw them at the Ritz.
That's what it was. With
The Ritz. And I'm standing there, and I'm kind of like, we're pretty much way up front.
Yep.
And everybody's just kind of sitting around, and there's this big, huge dude standing in the front. And he goes, "You!" And he points to me, and he goes, "Adjective." I'm like, slimy? And he's like, "You, Brona." He was doing Mad Libs. And then at the end, he would read the Mad Libs. Everybody's like, "Yeah!" We're like,
That's funny.
I'm like, he just pointed at me, just went adjective, and I'm like, greasy? I don't know, what's an adjective again? Don't kill me. But yeah, that was good. Other than that, really, I mean, like I said, I know that you listed off a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm just gonna run down the list I have. Other than Dead Milkmen, that band I talked about a couple weeks ago, Gogol Bordello. They just came out with a new one that's like a fucking who's who of I don't even know what. All I cared about was I saw that and I was like, oh my God, I was just talking about this band a couple weeks ago and Jello Biafra's on the song.
Oh, and the minute you hear his voice,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
I played it for you. You hadn't heard it. You're like, I hear Jello.
yeah. Like I always say, there's always room for Jello.
That's right. What else did we have? I had the Foo Fighters.
Ghost EP came out. I listened to it. They do a cover of
Ghost CP?
Ghost put out
yes.
an EP of covers. We talked about
Phantom
Jesus
of
He
the
Knows
Opera.
Me. Phantom of the Opera was yeah. And he actually, pre-death Tina Turner, they did We Don't Need Another Hero,
Yes.
which is pretty cool.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts have new stuff out.
What?
It's Joan Jett.
Yeah.
You get what you get. Spoon, who cares?
Toad the Wet Sprocket have a great effect.
BTS.
BTS.
Yeah, that K-pop band. Okay, I gotta pause it because those Koreans like fucking hit you with that copyright shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they're Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold. Them and Five Finger Death Punch. I don't get them.
No,
I
me neither.
don't get. They're like.
And over a month ago, Teenage Bottle Rocket came out with a new EP, and I didn't even know about that until I looked on my Discover list.
Yeah, guys. I mean, you really got to. It's funny because even on my Discover list, my single didn't show up until like this.
You didn't come on mine either. Well, never. That just said
I came on it, but it was on your Spotify.
That's right.
I made some Spotify, a little Baba Hawaii on your back, but
wow.
yeah, mine's more. Yeah, you want to talk about Bermuda? Then there's been a little Bermuda thing on your back. Yeah, yeah. So guys, when and it's really funny too because. Yeah, with these bands, a lot of people will say, like, whatever happened to so-and-so? And it's like, if you like a band, you should be
Search
able
them.
to, search them out. And, it's unfortunate that a lot of these algorithms on these things, it's like you can't really rely on them, know? But that's the reason why we do this music news thing is because sometimes you're going to go, fuck, I thought they were dead.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're still out there. There was another guy I can't even think about. We talked
Alice
about
Cooper.
Crazy Town.
What? I just saw Alice Cooper on the list. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, and for some reason they keep releasing De La Soul freaking singles.
I'm like, Jesus fuck. I just skip it now.
Yeah, I mean, I give props to them.
I mean, I like them, but like...
Yeah, it's like, well, oh, hey, we released a single from something that... And here's another thing. This is...
I hate when my list gets filled with...
Now, listen to this music.
Sounds like Kate Bush.
This is from a band called Destruction, right? Spotify's got to straighten their shit out. The Destruction band that I follow, and it's under their name, is a German thrash metal band.
Yeah.
And that came up as like, hey guys, new Destruction. I'm like,
it's not my destruction.
that ain't the Destruction I was talking about.
Well, I played that band that I just got fucking obsessed with over the past week. The Deep South?
Yeah.
It's like a Canadian, I don't even know how to describe it, hillbilly band, but it's 4 guys, 2 guitars, a banjo player, and a guy who plays like a mini stand-up bass like a bass. And they dress like they're Amish. They're
Did you
just
say they're from Canada too?
and they're Canadian, yes.
Maybe they're from the deep south of Canada. Canada.
They've got that
Jesus.
sound. I don't.
Come on, John. Let's go down to the let's go down to the old saloon and cornhole some drunks.
Ooh.
I want to marry.
To the liquor store. Here comes my favorite line. I'll play it right up to the hook. Guy beside you's puking in the sink. I don't feel no more. I just want liquor and dirty whores. Come on. I just want liquor and dirty whores.
It all comes down to Piss Up a Rope. Once
That's
we
right.
started with that, then
and that's how I found it. I was listening to that song again. I just put it on, and then all of a sudden just let it play, and then this came up.
Yeah,
I was like, all right.
Spotify's got that going on, where
Yeah.
it's like once it ends, they start throwing on bands that are kind of similar to it.
And they do have that album. It's like what is it? I told you it was called like Happy Songs for Jerks or something like that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of covers. From what I understand.
Yes, it's
little CKY
easy.
cover.
It's called Easy Listening for Jerks.
Yeah,
and it's all like it seems like it's all covers because they fucking do a what is it? I'll find it. Here we go. It's got Yahoos and Triangles. People Are Strange.
Yeah.
It's got Chop Suey.
Oh, yeah, you played me Chop Suey.
96 Quite Bitter Beings, which you said is a CKY.
Yeah, that riff is like one of the coolest riffs.
And that's like, I mean, they're really good. Check them out. I just, it's that kind of music. Like, I don't know this shit, but man, you're sitting there like, it reminds me of my sister used to say, someone was put on Leon Redbone, and she's listening to it. She's like, tapping her tongue. She's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's good. It's like Leon Redbone. It's like, you hear it and you're like, this is shit, but it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, that is the one thing. So when you are listening to, like that old song, let the music play. You,
yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't get away.
I'm working on like fucking 4 hours of sleep, and yeah, so that's why I look like fucking Ray.
That's okay. We'll let you get to bed.
Nah,
Ray
sleeps for freaking queers. I don't know. No, but it is good. I mean, I had to do. We always love doing this podcast.
Yes.
So whether we're tired or poor or
You know what it is?
horny,
I
we
feel,
just.
I feel so just dejected by my job right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, it just, I don't know.
At least you have one.
Like you're spinning. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels in mud, and it's like at least this. I feel like I'm producing something worthwhile.
That's right. We have content.
Even if nobody listens to it.
They listen to it.
You know what? We get about 50 people a week listening to it. How's that?
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
So
that's fine. It's better, Hey, look, it's growing. I'm very happy with it.
If half that wanted to have sex with me, I'd be all right. No,
that's right. I can't get 50 people to a gig, so you got to look at it that way. So,
okay.
Life is hard. Send money. See that QR code on our screen?
Donate now.
Donate just $1 or something. I gotta get myself a big gulp on the way home, and I'm just so fucking poor. My unemployment hasn't gone. Anyway, we're fine. No, but yeah, we did it again. We got SOSS2 coming up in August.
August 12th. I was a little upset.
Why?
It's the same night as the concert at the Turning Stone Casino up in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Barry Manilow.
Well, we might change the date.
Okay.
Because the Splits have a thing going on the 12th that's really important. And, they were like, well, you booked it first. And I was like, you know what? We might move it just for that.
Okay.
Well, we can blame it on Barry Manilow as well. We should.
I don't know that I'd go see Barry Manilow, but...
Oh, come on. You're not a fan of Low?
I fucking love Barry. How do you not love Barry Manilow?
He writes the songs that make the whole world sing.
Yeah, and he didn't even write that song. I write the songs, except for this one.
I
didn't get to see Neil Diamond, so
yeah,
another one of my fucking, I don't know. Listen to 8-track in my mom's Plymouth Dart.
Oh yeah, Love on the Rocks. Ain't no surprise.
Just pour me a drink and fucking some guys. What? Hey, that's the show.
First you.
Slightly Stupid Collie Kush.
Slightly Stupid Collie Kush. This is all homegrown.